Hey Ignite Nation, today we're tackling one of the biggest, most frustrating objections in all of sales. I need to think about it. I'm going to show you how to handle the I need to think about it without pushing, pressuring, or creating any awkward tension. We're going to dive into techniques that will help you gently re-engage the customer's emotions so that they feel confident moving forward without feeling rushed. If you're an insurance pro, I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. Just when you think you're about to close, you get hit with this classic stall. Here's the mistake that most people make. They try to push back or pressure the customer into making a decision right then and there. That almost always backfires. It makes the customer feel cornered, and the next thing you know, they're ghosting you. Let's get clear on why people say I need to think about it in the first place. 9 times out of 10, it's not because they actually need more time. It's usually because they're either feeling uncertain, they're feeling overwhelmed, or overall just unsure if this is the right choice for them. They're trying to buy some time to avoid making a decision that they don't feel really confident about yet. And it's our job to not push them into a decision that they're not ready for. See, it's our job to uncover what's holding them back and then guide them towards a decision that they actually feel good about. And we do that by re-engaging their emotions and helping them reconnect with why they were interested in the first place. So here's how we start. When a customer says, I need to think about it, avoid the urge to convince them or ask, what's there to think about? See, that kind of response feels like pressure, and it immediately makes them put up walls and create sales friction. Instead, respond with empathy and curiosity. Try saying something like, of course, I understand. This is an important decision, and I want you to feel completely comfortable with it. See, this response lets them know that you're on their side, and that you're not here to push them into anything. Follow up by saying, if you don't mind me asking, what would you like to think about a little bit more? See, this question is gold because it's non-threatening, and it shows that you're genuinely interested in helping them gain clarity. Hey guys, if you're finding value in the video so far, make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget, leave us a comment to let us know what your biggest takeaway's been so far. Now let's get back to the video. Here's where we really get into it. Once you understand what they're unsure about, it's time to bring them back to the original reason for exploring insurance in the first place. People often forget their why in the middle of a decision, so we're going to gently remind them. Say something like, I remember you mentioned that outside of price, having the right coverage was really important to you. Can I ask, what would having that security mean for you and your family right now? What you're doing here is tapping back into the emotions that motivated them to consider insurance in the first place. You're not pushing, you're guiding them back to the deeper reason they started this journey in the first place. By getting them to reconnect with those emotions, you're helping them remember why this decision actually matters to them. So what happens if they share a specific concern like, I'm not sure about the monthly premium, or I'm worried this might not be the best option? See, this is where you want to acknowledge their concerns and then spend time digging a little deeper. Try saying, I completely understand. It's smart to be cautious about any financial commitment. Would it help if we walked through some scenarios or explored maybe some other options that might feel more comfortable? Notice, you're not pushing them towards a yes or even challenging their concerns. You're simply offering to provide more clarity and address any lingering doubts. This way, they don't feel like they're being pressured. Instead, they feel like you're there to support them in making a confident choice. If the customer still seems unsure, that's okay. Sometimes people genuinely need time to process. If this is the case, we should give them an option that keeps the conversation open without pressuring them to decide right away. You could say something like, I completely understand if you need a little bit more time to think this over. Would it be helpful if I followed up with you in a few days just to answer any questions that you might have or anything that comes up? This keeps the door open, but it also shows that you're respectful of their space and their need for time to make a decision. And if they're truly interested, this follow-up gives them a chance to come back with a renewed sense of clarity without feeling like they're under any kind of pressure from you as a salesperson. Sometimes you might get a customer who's still hesitant even after the follow-up. In that case, try re-engaging them with a question that brings them back to their goals. You can say, I want to make sure that whatever choice you make is truly aligned with what you're hoping to accomplish. What would help you feel fully confident that this is the right decision for you and your family? This question allows them to identify what they still need to feel comfortable. Maybe they'll say they want to compare more options, or maybe they need a little more detail on the coverage. Whatever it is, it gives you a clear path to follow, and it's coming from them, not you. So let's recap. When a customer says, I need to think about it, remember, number one, start with empathy and curiosity. Show them that you're on their side and ask what more they'd like to think about or think through a bit more. Number two, re-engage their emotions by gently reminding them of the original why and what this decision means to them personally. Number three, address specific concerns without pressure, offering to walk them through any details or options they're unsure about. And number four, give them a no pressure follow-up option that keeps the door open when they're ready. And number five, finally, if they're still hesitant, re-engage them with a question about what it would take for them to feel fully confident in this decision. If you handle I need to think about it with this approach, you'll be amazed at how much easier it is to help customers come to a decision without pushing. They'll feel heard, supported, and confident in choosing to work with you. If you found this helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep leveling up your sales game with more tips just like this. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next video.